Alright guys, we are going to go over long division today. So right here, I just want to point out that this is called our dividend. The dividend is what we are dividing into. This right here is called our divisor. This is what we are dividing by. So just like when we do long division with numbers, what we are dividing by is going to go on the outside. So our divisor is going to go out here. And our dividend, what we are dividing into, is going to go into the division sign. Now, I do want to point out that if we were missing any terms, here we have an x cubed, x squared, and an x, so it does decrease by 1, 3, 2, 1, and then none. If we were missing that, we would have to add a 0x squared or a 0x, or whichever term was missing, that's what we would have to add into here. Okay. Since we're not missing one, we can go ahead and proceed. What I'm going to do is ask you to think about, what do I have to multiply 2x by to get 2x cubed? So I already have the 2 coefficient, so that's good. And then what I have to multiply by is an x squared. So if I multiply 2x by an x squared, multiplying that would give me a 2x cubed. Okay, there's also this part of our divisor, so we have to multiply that x squared to that, and we get a 3x squared. We're going to go ahead and subtract this polynomial here. So if I distribute that negative, I would have a negative 2x cubed and a negative 3x squared. So 2x cubed minus 2x cubed, these are going to cancel. And here I have a 7x squared minus a 3x squared, so I'm going to get a 4x squared. We're going to go ahead and bring down the rest of our polynomial. So I have plus 2x plus 9. We're going to repeat that first step where we ask, what is it that I need to multiply 2x by to get 4x squared? So I need to multiply 2x by 2x to get 4x squared. So 2x times 2x gave me the 4x squared, and 3 times 2x gives me a 6x. Again, we're going to go ahead and divide this polynomial. I need to make sure that I distribute my negative to each of these. So if I distribute that negative, I get a negative 4x squared and a negative 6x. 4x squared minus 4x squared cancels. 2x minus 6 is a negative 4x. And I bring down my 9. Continuing with the same pattern, I ask myself, well, what do I have to multiply 2x by to get a negative 4x? If I multiply 2x by a negative 2, I will get 2x times negative 2 is negative 4x. Negative 2 times 3 gives me a negative 6. Again, we need to distribute that negative. So if I distribute that negative, I'm going to get a positive and a positive. Negative 4x and positive 4x are going to cancel. And I have 9 plus 6, which is 15. Now, 2x has a higher degree than my 15 over here, so I know that I'm done. That's my remainder. My 15 is my remainder. And the way that we write this is we have our quotient, our answer up here, which is x squared plus 2x minus 2. And then we have our remainder, this 15 over here. So plus 15 divided by our divisor. So here's my full divisor. I'm going to write that here. 2x plus 3. So what we found was when we divided 2x cubed plus 7x squared plus 2x plus 9 divided by 2x plus 3, our answer was x squared plus 2x minus 2 with a remainder of 15. So now I'm going to take you on over to example 6. And I want to first point out that if we look at our dividend here, we have x cubed minus 2x squared plus 0x minus 4 divided by x minus 3. So where did this 0x come from? Well, if I look at my original polynomial, I'm missing my x term, meaning there is 0 x terms. And when we write this in standard form, we need to make sure that we include that. Now we're going to go ahead and set this up in long division. We're going to take our standard form polynomial of our dividend and go ahead and plug that in here. So I have x cubed minus 2x squared plus 0x minus 4. We're going to take our divisor, that x minus 3, place it on the outside. And now we ask ourselves, what do we need to multiply x by to get x cubed? So I know if I multiply x by x squared, I'm going to get x cubed. I need to also multiply that x squared to the negative 3, and I get a negative 3x squared. Just like we did in the previous question, we're going to go ahead and subtract this polynomial, meaning I have to distribute this negative to both. So I'm going to go ahead and write the negative here, and a negative times a negative is positive. Make sure you distribute that to both your terms or all your terms if there are more. Now x cubed minus x cubed is 0, and a negative 2x squared plus 3x squared is going to give me x squared. Now go ahead and bring down the rest of your polynomial so none of it gets lost in translation. And let's find what we need to multiply x by in order to get x squared. So I need to multiply x by a positive x in order to get an x squared. And negative 3 times that x is negative 3x. Distribute your subtraction to both of these. So I have a negative and a positive. X squared minus x squared are going to go ahead and cancel. 0 plus 3 is going to give me a 3x. Bring down my 4. And ask, what is it I need to multiply x by to get 3x? That's a 3. And I get 3x minus 9. Again, distribute that negative. That subtraction sign. These are going to go ahead and cancel, and I'm going to get a remainder of 5. Now again, with polynomials, we don't write remainder 5. Instead, we write our quotient, so our answer is x squared plus x plus 3 plus our remainder divided by our divisor, which was x minus 3. And that is my answer.